Hey everybody, this is Vince Miller. Thank you so much for joining me for another devotional. Our call out today goes to Gonzalo Carrera from Santa Maria, California. Thank you, brother, for using our website as a ministry tool, for leaving comments, for praying for other men, for even encouraging me from time to time. I love you, man. Thanks for your support. And by the way, if there are guys out there who want to support our ministry financially, I am jealous for you to support the work that we do here. I believe in it. I know many of you are recipients of it. So why not participate in it through financial partnership? You know, one of the things that we did over this last year was give directly to men who attended one of our retreats. In fact, at the end of the year, I want to implore you to consider that. Consider supporting a guy who's going to come to one of our retreats, who cannot afford it, who maybe is coming out of incarceration, coming out of addiction, who needs to be in front of the gospel in a meaningful way. Last year, we sponsored about 200 men who came to our retreats, all because you supported them. So if you're looking for a place to give, we would love to have you give here to the Bible in men's lives. And man, when you get the Bible into a man's lives, you can change everything around him, his family, his wife, his children, and even the future. So today we're going to be in Nehemiah chapter 4. I'm going to read verse 15. It reads, "When our enemies heard that it was known to us that God had frustrated their plan, we returned to the wall, each to his work." Now, you need to know this is a tremendous little verse here if you slow down to read it. Here's why. We learn a couple of things about Nehemiah as a leader, as a man. First, Nehemiah sees everything through this divine lens. He's so tuned into God that everything that happens is about God and God's plan. Even these small little victories, like the whispers of insurrection from his enemies that come his way, and even the preparations that he made to defend Jerusalem, they are all understood as moves by divine insight that God is doing to frustrate the plans of the enemy. Everything is interpreted spiritually for him. Do you see that here? I do, definitely. Second, Nehemiah is also vigilant. He's not about to stop. He's going to keep working. He's going to put the people back to work because he understands it's God's mission that must be undeterred, that the enemy is trying to deter. Now, let's get practical about this. You know, in our lives, I think sometimes we're going to face adversity. Sometimes we're going to encounter moments of them. Sometimes they're going to be long seasons, right? And man, those are challenging. But what we got to do is start seeing God's will in those events. And too often, I think well-meaning believers, and I'm going to include me in this as well, we get in the way of God's work by inserting our own will into the moment. We attempt to discern the events by ourselves. We bypass prayer. We don't engage Scripture. We just charge into the event and the adversity without really interpreting what God is trying to do with that adversity. And then we act and end up stepping in the way of God, which is, by the way, everything we shouldn't do. Because remember, your will is no match for God's will. No man's will is. So Nehemiah, what he is doing here was he was discerning God's will from the beginning of this project to the very end. It wasn't just a prayer at the beginning and then get busy with work. He was trying to discern it all along the way. Therefore, he tunes in and he gets vigilant. He tunes in and he acts vigilant, and he just keeps doing this over and over and over again in regards to God's mission. So if in your life, your plans as of late have been a little frustrating and maybe you've been a little irritated, and things aren't going according to your plan, then maybe it's time for you to tune into God's plan. Just let go of your will, seek out God's will in the situation, pray for his plan, and then do that and be vigilant. That's it. I love you guys. I pray this has blessed you. If it has, share it with someone else, and I'll see you right back here again